Hi, this is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, but some might mistake him for a leprechaun. And this is an episode of Conversations with a Corgi. And today, of course, it's St. Patrick's Day, and we are celebrating that all day, particularly here in New England, where they have green beer in every bar, and they dye the river green in Chicago with some kind of plant-based stuff. But, and there's people just drinking for 3 days in a row. Today there's a huge St. Patrick's Day in a little town near me called Holyoke, where they have a big parade. Some of the mummers come up from Philly. And, of course, the Boston St. Patrick's Day has lots of fame. And, of course, lots of people use this day to celebrate Irish culture. And there are plenty of stores around here that sell Irish sweaters and Irish lace and stuff like this for St. Patrick's Day, and little lucky shamrocks and things like that. So who the heck is St. Patrick? He is one of Ireland's patron saints, and he was a Christian minister in Ireland in the 5th century. That's a really long time ago. And people say he's famous because he got the snakes out of Ireland. That may or may not be true. And he converted lots of Ireland to Christianity in the 400s AD. And he has lots of legends around his life. And of course, we don't know what is true. And people do think that he wasn't even Irish. And he was probably born in Scotland or Wales. But who knows? Because like I said, he's surrounded in all kinds of mystique. And that he was probably captured by raiders as a 16-year-old in Britain and then taken across to Ireland by pirates and became a slave there. And there is some debate about whether he is Irish, whether he's Catholic or Protestant, and lots of traditions on both sides respect and honor St. Patrick as the founder of Christianity in Ireland. But people don't know how to really understand him in today's religious terms. So Catholics see him as a saintly heavenly figure, while Protestants say he is the biblical shepherd of the flock. And people wonder, do they celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Scotland? And yes, they do. And he, and they also, of course, celebrated around the world. So he used the shamrock as a metaphor for the Holy Trinity when he was first talking about Christianity. So, of course, there is a Christian religious base in this tradition of the shamrock being, honored and respected. And then, of course, there's the four-leaf clover. But it's the shamrock that's really associated with, as on Tristan's hat here, with St. Patrick's Day. And St. Patrick died in the United Kingdom, and he wrote about his life quite a bit, and he died on St. Patrick's Day, that's March 17th, in 461 AD. And people wonder, was he even a real person? And yes, he was indeed a real person. But we don't know that his real name was Patrick. We do know about a guy named Maewyn Succat, who was born in probably Scotland or Wales, as I said. And so that was his real name. And how did it become Patrick? I have no idea. He supposedly did banish the snakes from Ireland, which, there aren't snakes in Ireland, and it's out at sea and it's really cold, and it's like Hawaii. It would be, unless you brought one there wouldn't be snakes there typically. But apparently St. Patrick chased them into the sea after he was attacked by them during a 40-day fast that he was undertaking. So whether there really were snakes there, we don't know. Could have been anything. So that's a little bit about St. Patrick's Day. And of course, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day every March 17th. And with my birthday on the 16th and the Ides of March on the 15th, this is a day that is always a part of my life. And certainly since I've moved to New England, it has become a much bigger part of my life. And, you know, everybody wears green for weeks. And when I go teach yoga at the Soldiers' Home, all the veterans are talking about it because so many of them come from the town with this huge parade, or they came from out of town to help with the huge parade. And they pick a young woman to be the Colleen for the parade. She's, you know, represents community service, and they have a beautiful float for her and her court, and she's always wearing one of those lovely cream-colored Irish weave sweaters with a plaid skirt. So it's a really fun parade. I have not gone down there. It's just a mob scene. The city is not that big and the streets aren't that wide, and they can't really handle so many people very smoothly. For those of us who live here, you can get it on TV. But people come from around the country to see this parade. So it's a big day down there. The Corgi and I will be here celebrating at home. After we had a lovely bit of a dog walk yesterday afternoon. It was blustery and windy and cold, and the Corgi and I almost blew away. And I was really sorry I didn't have a coat on him because it really was cold. It was like 40 with really cold winds, and the same is going to be true today. So maybe we'll get another dog walk. But I did manage to get a dog walk on my birthday, which was important to me. So we are off to spend the rest of the day practicing rally because we have indeed entered the dog show on April 6th, and I need to learn a lot of stuff about rally between now and then. And I have to say, if you have not shopped around the AKC website in a while, I mean, there is so much stuff there, no matter your dog is a purebred or not. They have all the rally signs. They have links to YouTubes showing you how to do every single thing with an actual novice type dog and his person, with all kinds of breeds of dogs. No corgis, but there's cavaliers. One named Dylan who's black. He's cute. So that was fun looking at those, and we have a lot more practicing to do so that I can learn the signs and I can figure out where to tell this little guy to heel. Are you a good healer? He says, I don't know. I just follow my mother. I'm a herder. So yes, we got our walk, but it was super cold. So everybody have a great day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Luck of the Irish with everyone. And Tristan and I are going to go celebrate and eat some green treats made with spinach. Yum. Oh, you just made a sad noise. Poor Tristan. All right, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. We're at our jobs as educators Monday and Wednesday this week. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.